What's up, EOS Nation? Welcome to the Hot Sauce. My name is Stephane. I'm your host, one of the co-founders of EOS Nation, one of the top-ranked blog producers in the game, and welcome back from the break. So we took a couple weeks off here at the Hot Sauce. Hope you guys had a good holiday break. I had a great holiday break. Actually, it was the first time in 3 years that I could see all my family and friends, and none of the parties got canceled because of sickness or COVID or all that bullshit. So it was great. It was a busy holidays. A lot of Eden action going on during the holidays. We'll be talking about more about that today, of course. On top of the Eden election results, we'll be talking about the architects of consensus, the Wharf session kit preview, December programs operations and health report for the ENF. There's a Defibox and Pomelo NFT promotion going on right now. And then there's a new, also a New Year promotion for the Lunar New Year this time. Coming up, we'll talk about some new articles as well on the ENF blog, including the Powered by EOS series with the WordProof entry. And then we'll talk about how DeFi on EOS is stacking up with the rest of the crypto market. So let's get into it. Eden election number 5 was last weekend, happened on Saturday morning. We had a lot of participants, 125 or so participants, and it was a really enjoyable experience. There's a bit of drama, of course, as always. But here, if we go to the Eden election homepage here, which of course all of the links today that you'll see you can find in the show notes below. We can go here and go to previous election results, and then we can see all of the results from January 7th. So I'm going to quickly give a shout out to all of our layer 1 delegates, and then quickly highlight who our new chief delegates are, as well as some of the things that they've already done as chief delegates. So first up, we've got Nur Rosin. We also have Joshua Seymour, of course, longtime member of the EOS community and very dedicated and passionate member of Eden for a long time. Martin Brewer from .gems, shout out, layer 1 delegate. Vlad from the EOS ETF got elected. Zach Gall, of course, from the ENF. We've got Wreck Kid, longtime EOS community member, getting in there, elected as the layer 1 delegate. Jesse Jaffe, creator and leader of the EOS Bees, elected again, actually 5 times in a row. Jesse has been elected. He's the only Eden member that is batting 100%. Congratulations, Jesse. Marco, also known as Mockingbird, longtime EOS community member, was an active writer on the writer.io platform, also now running his own website, doing his own content for EOS. He's got some nice timelines of 2022 if you guys want to go check that out. Xavier Fernandez, co-founder of EOS Costa Rica, as well as one of the developers for the Edenia Dev Shop. So Edenia Dev Shop is actually the team hired by Eden or by the previous chief delegates to maintain the infrastructure, to upgrade the system, all of the tech stuff that Eden needs to run smoothly. The Edenia team is the one doing that, and of course those are closely linked to EOS Costa Rica, so good job to those guys. Lenny Nip, of course, from the very popular Recap, so if you don't want to read thousands of messages over your holiday period, you can go check out the Recap from Lenny. That's one of his project that he's well known for. Perry from D News got elected. Nathan James, the current head of developer relations for the ENF, as well as, of course, OG EOS developer, got elected. We've got Joseph from EOS Asia. We've got Michael Tulenko, another longtime EOS community member, Christian Rincon, Patrick from Nova Crypto, Rhett Oetkert-Pool from Zysan, Daniel Keys from EOS Nation, Evgeny, one of our most active Russian community members. Evgeny's been working on a lot of translations for the Russian community so that they can be up to date with all the EOS stuff that's going on. So that's great to see him elected. Andrew Ware as well, works for EOS Nation, elected as the layer 1 delegate, and Michael Sullivan of Bywire. So congratulations to all of our new layer 1 delegates. And then round 2 happens, and now we've got 4 chief delegates. We've got Joshua Seymour, Joseph from EOS Asia, Nathan James from ENF, and Patrick from Nova Crypto. So congratulations to our new chief delegates. And one of the things that there's a lot of questions about, what is Eden's, ultimate goal, and everyone has a different vision and mission for what Eden is. But really, I think one thing we can all agree on is that Eden is able to consistently recognize and elevate some of our best EOS community members, and this election was no different. So I think that's really cool. It was an exciting election. Before we get into some of that, actually, just want to give a quick shout out on some of the things that our delegates have already done, not even a week in. So we've got Patrick, of course, doing all of his chief delegate interviews, hosting that on his website. We've got Joshua, that's been reminding every delegate to keep in touch with round one breakout rooms. Joe, our new randomly decided head chief delegate, has created the new Eden Telegram group which has topics and will allow us to be a lot more organized in our discussions and allow you to not read messages about bylaws if that's not a topic you care about, for example. So I think that's great. Nathan James has announced that he's going to be running a workshop to start the process of discovery on Eden's underlying cause and purpose, something I just mentioned a bit earlier. So he's going to be providing some compensation for the time spent for those who actively participate. And if you want to sign up, there's a very simple sign up form. You just basically got to give him your Telegram account, and then Nathan will be in touch. And Zach Gall, one of our Layer 1 delegates, actually also delivered on one of his promises. All Eden members, regardless if you show up to the election or not, are now getting free CPU from the EOS PowerUp.io platform. So Zach is spending his funds on basically powering up all of our Eden accounts, which is great. Some other Eden news. Eden Spend Explorer is a new tool from Edenia that was released just before this election. And it's very cool. It allows us to see kind of how much income our delegates are getting. Here we can see the treasury balance of Eden over time. We see this big spike here with that recent 500,000 EOS donation. You got some breakdowns here. You got some nice charts. I love to see this data. I hope to see more Eden related data and visualization like this. So this is really cool. Big shout out to the Edenia team for doing this. For example, if we go to last season, and we check out Edgar Fernandez, also part of the EOS Costa Rica and Edenia team. He's put in a breakdown of his expenses. So you can see here, a nice little graph chart. 89% went to charity, 9% was uncategorized, 15% went to software, 4% went to Pomelo, stuff like that. So this is a new tool. Not everyone's been using it so far, but I fully expect that all delegates are going to be using this tool, and it's going to allow us to really give us some great visual data representation on all of the activity going on chain with Eden. All right, I participated in the election as well. Exhibited some very competitive behavior is how I would describe it. I thought the election was very high stakes due to the involvement of Block 1 and Helios and all of that drama that has been hashed out in the chats and on the firesides, enough that I don't want to hash it out again. However, so I did compile a document here that kind of explains my approach to Eden election from a purely strategical standpoint based on the current rules as they're written. So I've written out a 3-page document here. I've shared it publicly. It's in the show notes. Basically highlights, the current rules of the game. Eden, I consider, is a game. It's based on game theory, etc. Can be considered a game. And if you change the rules of the game, you're going to change the winning strategies and the optimal behavior of the participants in that game. So I'm advocating for a lot of rule changes to make sure that what's allowed, what's not allowed is very clearly defined. Right now, the bylaws are very vague, which leads to interpretation, which leads to maybe some behaviors that some people in the community may not agree with. So I think we need more clarity on the bylaws. We need clarity on what's allowed and what's not allowed. And this work that I've done here, this document that I've compiled, kind of my thoughts on the subject. If you want to hear more about all that, of course, we talked about it on the fireside this week. The first half hour is actually Eve talking about, EOS Detroit and Facings talking about their new grant from the grant framework that they've been able to get in order to build out open source NFT tools for EOS. So that's super exciting. If you want to learn more about that, please check out the Fireside. There's a nice 30-minute conversation. After that, we got Eve that shares some of his thoughts on the recent Asia trip that he did. And then at the 1 hour mark or so, we have a lot of the elected delegates from Eden came on the show, shared a few minutes about their thoughts, their experience, and what they plan on doing as an elected delegate. So that was really cool. And then at the 2 hour mark or so on the Fireside, I get on there on the mic and I kind of break down my beliefs for Eden, why I was doing the things I was doing, kind of breaking it all down. We got a lot of people from the chat jumping in, providing feedback, providing criticism. I think it was a great discussion, and I hope people learned a lot about Eden strategy, which is not a topic that has been talked about a lot, but strategy is always a topic that I think of and is in the forefront of my mind in all the things that I do. So I really enjoyed thinking deeply about Eden optimal strategy, or like I like to call it, the EOS of it all. All right, so let's move on. We got lots of other topics to talk about, although we could talk about Eden for a lot longer. Let's keep it going. So of course, please like the show, retweet us, subscribe on YouTube, do all the things to help us get more exposure for EOS, for EOS Hot Sauce, and to help, promote all of these great projects that are happening to the community. See, we got a couple people in the chat: Lisa Chandler, Daniel Keys, Andrew. Thanks for being in there. And of course, as always, we've got our bounty block contest. You can win some cool Party Cracker NFTs that have a variety of prizes in there. It's free to enter. All we ask in return is that you like and retweet a couple of our tweets. All right, moving on here to our next topic: Architects of Consensus, hacking the motherboard with Vlad Tereshkov. So the Architects of Consensus series, highlights the people behind the ENF development and their stories. And this is the third installment of this series. And Brandon Lovejoy interviews the ENF lead developer, Vlad Tereshkov, whose extensive history includes decades of building enterprise-grade software. A passionate advocate of open source software and decentralized governance, Tereshkov has been helping build the EOS protocol, including the Docker utility Dune, which allows any developer to begin developing EOS in minutes. So there's a lot to go through in this article, but of course, great information. Even if you're not technically oriented, you're going to learn a lot. And if you are technically oriented, I think this is going to be very, very interesting for you. All right, moving on to the Wharf Session Kit preview by Greymass. So Wharf is this new product that Greymass has recently rolled out. We talked about it on the Firesides a couple times. I know Greymass is coming up on maybe next week's Fireside to talk more about Wharf. Not sure if this is exactly what they're talking about or they got other news for us. We'll find out next Wednesday. But this document, is a technical preview of the first piece of their new Wharf toolkit. So Wharf is a collection of software development kits for developers working on Antelope applications using JavaScript. So the session kit here is the first in this collection. A session is a technical concept in development that represents the connection between an authenticated device and a remote application server. So I'm not going to go into more details about that, but it's a nice lengthy article, lots of great information, especially for developers, especially if you're building applications on EOS, talking about the kit architecture, technical preview, all sorts of things, examples, code, etc. So really interesting, and looking forward to hearing more from Aaron and the Greymass team on future Wharf products and development. All right, next up, we've got the December Program and Operations Health Report by the ENF. So the ENF provides transparency into operations with the monthly Program and Operations Health Reports. These provide high-level insight into important initiatives across EOS, including IBC, Wallet Plus SDKs, and many more. Health scorecards that we can see here on the screen details the current status of various milestones, highlights and accomplishments, upcoming activities, and more. The December Health Report highlights some of the most exciting development in the EOS ecosystem, like interblockchain communication, which has completed testing and is nearing its deployment to EOS, Wax, Telos, and UX chains. or the EOS DAO tools, which integrates Haifa DAO's toolkit with the Eden upvote process to create powerful suite of governance tools for decentralized organizations. So there's a lot more information here. If you're particularly interested in a particular topic, this report is great to get all the latest information. For example, Esteban, who's been working on TrustSwap, is very interested in the development of EVM. Well, he was able to go into this report and find updates. Are the timelines still on schedule? Are there delays for certain things, etc.? So this is very, very helpful for the community, and looking forward to seeing more of these. All right, next up, we've got a special Defibox promotion leveraging the Pomelo NFTs. So if you're a Pomelo NFT holder, definitely pay attention to this. Defibox is currently providing a promotional APY. And so you can deposit your Pomelo NFTs into a Defibox liquidity pool and earn some box tokens in as reward. So it's very exciting. This kind of combines a lot of the background tech that the Pomelo NFT team has been working on. You can, so of course, to deposit into a Defibox liquidity pool, you can't just deposit NFTs. You have to deposit FTs, so fungible tokens like EOS, USDT, box tokens, etc. So what you can do though is that you can go to pool.pomelo.io and you can select your Pomelo NFTs that you would like to convert into fungible tokens in order to be able to deposit them into the Defibox liquidity pool. So I'm not going to go through the process just yet right now, but here you can see one example of a liquidity pool, the EOS and Astro token liquidity pool. These Astro tokens are the tokens you need to redeem a Pomelo astronaut. There's actually pretty good liquidity, 3,000 EOS, 100 Astro tokens currently in the liquidity here for this Defibox liquidity pool. So that's very cool. Of course, you can go to harvest.pomelo.io. Still some season 4 NFTs that are up for grabs, and we'll be announcing the prizes, etc. for those who are collecting this collection soon, sometime in January. If you're wondering, also last thing about Defibox is that they've recently become a top 21 block producer on EOS. Congratulations, Defibox. They've been able to achieve this by seeing their TVL absolutely explode under the Yield Plus program. So Defibox seems to be the protocol that has benefited the most from this Yield Plus program that incentivizes people to deposit EOS and other and USDT into DeFi protocols on EOS. They've been able to reach top 21 because of this. And then this article kind of explains their vision for their BP. If you hold box tokens, you're going to be able to be involved in the governance of these rewards and stuff like that. So go check out this article by Defibox to learn more. And finally, if you've got other questions about Pomelo relating to Pomelo Season 5, I can confirm that it is coming. I cannot confirm the dates yet, but we've got a plan. We just need to finalize a few things, and then we'll be able to announce these dates to the community. So definitely get your ideas flowing for which grants you'd want to perhaps propose as a season 5 grant. And of course, before then, we'll also allow season 4 successful grant holders to claim their matching amount. So stay tuned to the Pomelo socials for more updates on those topics very soon. All right, moving on to the Happy Lunar New Year. So in about 7 days or so, the Asian communities are celebrating their New Year, the Lunar New Year. And so just like ENF in collaboration with .gems did a EOS holiday giveaway, we're doing the same thing or slightly different for the Lunar New Year giveaway. So we're running some surveys. There's one that's going live today. There's going to be another survey going live next week. And then people who fill out these surveys give us some information about various topics in the EOS world. You guys will be entered into raffles. Everyone is going to get a prize. Lunar New Year mystery box. Gonna find some fun NFTs in there, some airdrops, some EOS airdrops, some Pomelo checks, all the good things that we did, in December. They're coming back this month, and we're probably gonna continue doing these promos, around once a month for the rest of the year. So check out this article if you want to learn more. Follow ENF on Twitter to get alerted when these promos and these servers go live. All right. Another blog post that we missed during this Hot Sauce hiatus was the Powered by EOS series that's featured WordProof. So I'm sure many of you know WordProof. They've been an app that's been built on EOS since a very long time. And this basically allows you to timestamp your documents on WordPress using the EOS blockchain as the blockchain where the timestamp lives. So very interesting, very useful use case. WordProof is now integrated in, millions and millions of websites. And it's really been a success story for WordProof. And this article kind of highlights a lot of the project. All right, finally wrapping up today's show. I talked a bit about how the TVL on Defibox has exploded recently. It has also increased in a lot of other DeFi protocols on EOS, and it has been enough to give us a nice boost to get us into the top 20 of TVL for all blockchains. So that's great to see. The trend is definitely upwards. I'm sure we'll see some more Yield Plus reports coming out in the next few weeks. And the stat that I most look forward to seeing is EOS TVL compared to TVL on other chains and seeing the delta. A lot of other chains have seen their TVL reduced, but compared to EOS has been clearly outperforming. So that's great to see. Great to see the Yield Plus program really delivering results. All right, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you very much for joining the Hot Sauce this week. We're going to be back next week and every week after that. And I hope you guys had a good holiday break. Hope you guys are refreshed, back in action, back being active in the EOS community. And so thanks for tuning in. Like, retweet, subscribe, all the good things. And until next week, I hope you guys have a good time. Bye-bye.